Guys, it's been a long time since I've made a video. I hope you had an excellent new year and holiday period. A little update on what's happening in my life, and I guess a confession of sorts. I really suffer greatly from seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, essentially depression during the winter months. So because of that, I'm not really sure what will be happening with my YouTube channel between the months of December to February. Normally around February time, I snap out of it and my motivation is like through the roof. But this year, my YouTube channel has taken a massive hit as far as my video creation is concerned. So I really appreciate all the love and support and messages people have been sending me, checking in with me. I am doing okay. I'm actually focusing really heavily on my overall health and fitness during this period and running a lot. I ran 100 kilometers in December and I'm aiming to do a half marathon at the end of February. So I've managed to motivate myself in a way that previously I didn't think was possible, and we'll see how that goes. But just letting you guys know, because obviously that affects the YouTube channel massively. I am still streaming like regularly on Twitch, so if you're interested in that, then check out the Twitch streams on the weekly basis. And for those wondering about Hardcore Survivor, I've had to take a break from working on Hardcore whilst I try and find a new editor to take over Hardcore Survivor. And when I have more information about that, I'll let you guys know. But for now, Hardcore Survivor, I guess, is also on a hold for that reason. But the reason you guys clicked on the video, hopefully, is probably because you saw the title. Nurse is receiving a nerf. That's correct. She's getting nerfed. But let's get into the dev update for the PTB coming out tomorrow. Actually, the PTB is tomorrow. And then this update will release in 3 weeks' time. So what's that? Is that the 18th of... no, 24th of January. So the first update here is that there is going to be all these new icons when you are playing Survivor. So there's going to be an icon when a survivor is repairing a generator, opening an escape, healing, mending, and recovering, cleansing and blessing a totem, searching for a chest, as well as killer-specific actions such as snapping out of it, waking up a survivor. There's also going to be an icon when a survivor is in chase. So here you can see Jeff has these tiny little icons, these like wiggling things around his icon. That says Jeff is in chase. And there's also going to be a new icon when a survivor is being carried by the killer as well. Basically behavior, tackling the whole divide between solo queue players and players who play in a group on a call with each other by trying to give solo queue players as much information as possible as to what the rest of the team is doing. So this is hopefully a change that will bridge the gap between solo queue players and Swift players. I've always said the best way to balance Survivor as a whole is to try and bridge the gap between Swift players and solo queue players, and then balance Survivor accordingly based on the results of that. And so this is a very small change, but it's a good change, and hopefully will make solo queue players a little bit easier. Also, the wiggle beta that has been happening with the skill checks is now concluded. As of next update, skill check wiggling will be the default. However, it's no longer going to make you wiggle 1 second faster if you hit all great skill checks. Instead, hitting a great skill check will make it so that the killer sways more as they're carrying a survivor. If you hit a good skill check, they also sway a little bit, but not as much. So that will mean that hitting the skill checks are no longer as necessary to wiggling out and getting out quicker. Also, if you decide not to hit skill checks, the sound that happens has been reduced, so it's not as like in your face when you're just deciding not to wiggle. So that's the change to wiggle mechanics coming in the next update. Here's the big one though, the nurse nerf. And the biggest takeaway from this is that nurse's blinks are now considered special attacks, which means that when you hit a survivor with a blink, it no longer applies perks like Sloppy Butcher. It can no longer insta down with perks like Devour Hope and Starstruck, or Hex, No One Escapes Death, No Edit, and so forth. Also, as a survivor, when the nurse has recharged her 2 blinks, you will hear a sound effect to tell you that she's got both her blinks back, which will hopefully allow you to counterplay her blinking a little bit better. As well as that, the nurse is receiving a add-on rework again, such as Badman's Last Breath. Well, actually, the rework isn't necessarily nerfs, but Badman's Last Breath, which is the add-on that makes it so you become undetectable when you hit a survivor with blink, that now lasts for 25 seconds instead of 16 seconds, and you can activate it every 45 seconds instead of 60 seconds. And Jenna's Last Breath, the add-on that allows you to return to your original blink position, Well, now the way this works is once you've used both your blinks, you can then return to your original blink position and it immediately recharges your blink counter. So that add-on is incredibly useful because it's essentially a do-over button when you want to use it. We're also receiving changes to add-ons that increase recovery time on blinks, the fatigue time between blinks, and the range on blinks, as well as the 2 iridescent add-ons. We don't know what those are. We'll find out tomorrow on the PTB. The Knight is receiving some massive buffs to the way that they're played, specifically to encourage Knight players to patrol more and kick gens more with the power. So first and foremost, the green orb that Survivor sees will disappear when you go further than 10 meters. So that means that you can stealth up to survivors on generators and catch them off guard, or use the power from further away to catch the survivor off guard with a chase. To make up for using your power from further away, depending on how far away you used your power, you will gain a haste speed boost coming out of your power that lasts an equivalent time as to how far you send the guard away. So the further away, the longer this haste speed boost works. And additionally, the guards will also get a faster chase depending on the length of the patrol path. A bit like the haste boost that the Knight gets, the guards also benefit when the patrol path is longer than 10 meters away. To add on to that, they're increasing the regression on kicking generators with guards to a 5% instead of 2.5%. That's more than if you kick it yourself, making it so that the guards kicking gens is more effective. And also, if you use your power to hide and get rid of your terror radius and just sit in the orb, you will now get kicked out of it out of 10 seconds. So that's a little change that they're making. So all of the changes to the Knight are to encourage gen control rather than just ignoring gens with the guards. And it's interesting. Area of Crows is receiving a rework to benefit killer mains, as the data for this map has shown that it is incredibly survivor-sided. So instead of a rectangle shape, it will now become a square shape, shrinking the map in size. And they're going to tidy up the maze tiles, the strong in-between loops around the main building, as well as near the shack. They won't spawn as frequently. And they're adding new tiles, such as this one here, in more strategic places. So we'll have to see how the Area of Crows rework happens. Additionally, look at this. They've added an in-game challenge tracker for your tome challenges. So if you are doing a tome challenge that requires you to cleanse 3 totems, for example, a icon will pop up telling you that you have 2 out of 3. And when you cleanse that 3rd, then that icon will update to show that you have completed the tome challenge. So no longer will you forget what tome challenge you're on or your progress towards it, because that will pop up whenever you make progress towards the tome challenge as well. Or if you would like to, you can disable it in the settings. But it's an incredible change. Not to mention, Behavior are making it so that whilst you are searching for a game, you can select a new tome challenge, or you can go to the store. Or if you're playing killer, you can go to another killer and put blood points into them. Whichever killer you decide to queue up with will be the killer that you play in the match. But let's say you queue up with Huntress, but you want to put blood points into Ghostface. Well, now you can. Just like a survivor, you can do that as killer. So that's a huge change coming to Dead by Daylight on the next update. Also, adept challenges are about to get easier for killers, because Merciless Killer now will be rewarded if you get 4 kills. In fact, they're changing it for every version of the killer rewards. So 0 kills will be the Entity Hungers, 1 to 2 kills will be a Brutal Killer, 3 kills will be Ruthless Killer, and 4 killers is Merciless Killer. It's a great change. It simplifies things for everybody. It's no longer emblem bound, and it makes things really easy as far as getting adept challenges is concerned. The iridescent shard price changes for all non-licensed outfits is still on the way. They've already done Hillbilly, Trapper, Wraith, Nurse, Huntress, Doctor, Hag, Dwight, Claudette, Meg, Jake, Nier, and David. And next chapter will feature the Clown, Spirit, Ace, and Fang to receive iridescent shard options for all their non-licensed outfits. And Behavior have let us know that in 2022, they managed to ban 64,600 cheaters in total, up from about 59,000 by the looks of that in 2021. So it's good effort by them. And I personally have felt the changes. I feel like there's hardly any cheaters in the game anymore because specifically they're working hard on finding and patching vulnerabilities as well as server-side exploits that the cheaters were able to use. So that's really huge stuff. So that's the dev update coming tomorrow, which is the 4th of January 2023. All of these changes should hit every platform around the 24th of January 2023. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments section what your favorite change is coming to the game with this mid chapter. And I appreciate all the patience that everybody has, as well as the kind wishes about, you know, things going on in my life. And hopefully some good content coming up. But I expect that January is going to be a pretty light month for me. So maybe I'll catch you guys more in February and the months to come. But that doesn't mean 2023 is going to be a bad year. It just means that I'm very going to start off slow. Anyway, that's it. I'll take care and catch you guys on the streams, I guess. Bye.